I recently caught up to the Hunter x Hunter manga. While I enjoyed what I read, catching up may have been a huge mistake because now I'll be anxiously waiting for new chapters that may never come. For those that are not aware, the creator of the series Yoshihiro Togashi is known for taking long and frequent breaks. These breaks have earned the series the nickname Hiatus x Hiatus. At this point in time, there have been more weeks without a Hunter x Hunter chapter than with one since it began serialization in Weekly Shonen Jump. We are also currently in the longest hiatus in the history of the series. With all of the breaks that Togashi goes on, it leaves myself and other fans wondering, will Hunter x Hunter ever end? To answer this question, I think we have to take a look at the words of the man himself. First, let us start with a piece included in the final volume of Yu Yu Hakusho, the battle manga series that Togashi created prior to creating Hunter x Hunter. This series launched Togashi's career as a mangaka, and it was also the series that he chose to abruptly end. In this passage, Togashi tells us about his perspective on why he decided to end the series abruptly. Togashi shares three main reasons for why he chose to abruptly end Yu Yu Hakusho. These three main reasons were 1. My body, 2. Thoughts I had about what it means to draw manga, and 3. Desire to do other things than work. Togashi went on to further explain why these three factors were so important in his decision to end the series. Let's take a closer look at what he had to say about each one. Togashi states that this reason was caused by the third reason, his desire to do things other than work, not being fulfilled for a long time during the series run. As the series went on, his stress levels surpassed his will to work. He would be sleep deprived constantly, only having half a day off each week to catch up on sleep. As time passed, his heart began to hurt each time he went without sleep, and it gradually worsened. After a while, Togashi decided to take better care of his health, and slept more and tried to find other ways to relieve his stress. However, by doing this, he had less time to work on his manga, and it led to a different kind of stress, because he was struggling to meet deadlines. These health complications were the result of being too focused on work, and not on other things in life, even things as important as sleep. In this passage, Togashi states, I don't want to die from overwork. If I die, I want it to be when I'm having fun, or when I'm drawing manga for fun. As Togashi found ways to relieve his stress, he became less satisfied with his work. This led him to begin thinking about what it even means to be a mangaka in the first place. Togashi shares that at this point in his career, he still carried the ideal of being able to draw manga without help from others. A few times during Yu Yu Hakusho's run, Togashi would finish entire manuscripts by himself. This is not to say that he did not also have assistants. He does have assistants. One of his former assistants, Funio Ajino, wrote a short manga about what it was like working with Togashi during Yu Yu Hakusho's run. The link for this manga will be in the description along with the links for all of the sources used to create this video. Togashi describes how his stress levels were at their highest when he was dissatisfied with his manga, and the only way to relieve the stress was to do everything by himself. However, this was at the cost of his physical and mental health. Togashi realized that he could not physically and mentally keep going with the pressure that a weekly serialization brings. So he kept to his word, which was, if I ever manage to have a long serialization in Jump, I will end it on my own terms. I ended up wanting to draw manga for myself, without thinking about anyone's reactions. In this piece, Togashi describes how this desire is taboo as a professional manga creator. This taboo exists because of Japan's insane work culture, in conjunction with the fact that you may only get one chance at being published in a popular manga magazine such as Weekly Shonen Jump. So if you choose not to use the opportunity to the fullest, thousands of other aspiring writers are waiting for their chance at being published. Togashi knew that choosing to do other things was taboo. However, what he truly wanted was to indulge in his hobbies, rest, and sleep. At certain points during serialization, he would sleep less to have more time for his hobbies. He was able to relax occasionally by doing this, however, deadlines would still be looming over him constantly. This passage ends with Togashi saying these words, in conclusion, I ended Yu Yu Hakusho because of my own selfishness. I am sorry. While this passage gives us a lot of insight about Togashi's thought process after he had finished Yu Yu Hakusho stopped being serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump over 2.5 decades ago. As time has passed, we can look at more recent statements to give us a clearer picture of what Togashi's current mindset on manga creation is like. Yoshihiro Togashi's health issues still persist, and it does not seem like he has gotten much better over the years as he ages. He has repeatedly mentioned his various health complications in the Weekly Shonen Jump author comments. These are comments left by the mangaka of the various series running in Shonen Jump. While Togashi's physical health seems like it has not improved based on these comments, it does seem like his mental health has been improving over the years. While he may not be releasing chapters, he has gotten more time to do things other than creating manga. He He has had more time to indulge in his hobbies, playing Dragon Quest. In all seriousness, Togashi has a wife, Naoko Takeuchi, who happens to be the creator of Sailor Moon, and he also has children. Mangaka, especially ones that write in weekly magazines, generally don't have a lot of time to spend with their families. A great example of this is the creator of Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto, not taking time off to go on his honeymoon until after he had finished writing Naruto, which did not happen until years after his wedding. I'm sure Togashi is happy that he now has time to spend doing other things. Togashi also has the luxury of not worrying about having to write manga to survive at this point in his career. With the success of Yu Yu Hakusho and his wife also being the creator of Sailor Moon, the family is most likely doing well financially. He no longer has to spend his time working on manga if he doesn't want to. He has the freedom to choose how he wants to live his life. While it may not seem like Yoshihiro Togashi has a desire to keep writing and drawing manga, this is actually not the case. In an interview conducted in 2017, Togashi addresses his readers' concerns about the future of the series. The series I'm doing now might look like a huge hassle from other perspectives, but I'm having a great time doing it. When I was younger, I could hardly get the green light for things I wanted to do, but now at long last, they let me do whatever I want. When Togashi speaks about being barred from doing certain things, he is probably talking about how he had wanted to deconstruct the characters in Yu Yu Hakusho, because he felt like he had explored every possible direction with the characters. However, this idea was struck down by Shonen Jump at the time. Togashi also spoke on how he has started one of, if not the longest arc in the series, the Dark Continent Expedition arc. My series is so long, but I can't bring myself to quit partway through. In the interview, Togashi touches on how he sets a personal standard for himself, based on the number of comics published. If the number falls below the standard he set for himself, then in his mind it is telling him that the readers are no longer interested. However, if it exceeds that standard, it shows him that the readers still think the series is as interesting as he thinks it is. We don't know the actual number Togashi has set for himself, however the 2 latest volumes of Hunter x Hunter sold incredibly well, and the series overall is one of the most successful series that are still currently being serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump. Also in the same interview, Togashi states that if having another person draw makes for a better work of art, he has no objections to it. While this doesn't necessarily mean that Togashi would get an illustrator for Hunter x Hunter, it does indicate to the readers that he is not completely against the idea. Togashi has indicated that he thinks that there are 2 different types of readers, ones that don't mind if someone else illustrated his stories, and the ones that want to read a manga that he has illustrated and written. To me, it seems like getting an illustrator for Hunter x Hunter may be the only way for the series to have a somewhat regular release pattern, and I among other fans hope Togashi considers this idea more, even if it means giving away part of his work that he greatly cherishes to someone else. Togashi's closing statement in this interview was also very powerful. He mentions that he has been thinking about wrapping up Hunter x Hunter once and for all, however he wants to finish it the right way. He also jokingly says that he is not sure which will expire first, the manga or himself, while also adding that even though it does not appear in Jump very often anymore, it does not mean that he is not working on creating manga every single day. The interview ends with him saying that he still enjoys writing stories and illustrating, and asks those that still follow him for their continued support. Ultimately, the only person that can decide if Hunter x Hunter will ever end or even come off of hiatus is Togashi himself. It doesn't seem like his editors or Shonen Jump as a whole pressures him to release new chapters, which in my opinion seems to be what is best for his health, even if it disappoints the fans. I'd rather he be happy with whatever else he chooses to do in life. If he does decide to come off hiatus and write more, I hope that is on his own terms and not because of pressure put onto him by others. I hope that this video has helped Hunter x Hunter fans better understand the mindset of Yoshihiro Togashi. If you found this video interesting, then I ask that you leave a like and subscribe, as it does mean a lot to me. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day, everyone.